Hey guys, it's Friday, and you know what that means. It is time for another Eaglemoss product review. I'm Captain Foley. Thank you for joining me, and we're going to be looking at a really cool ship, a fan favorite for sure today. Now, I haven't got the magazine for this one. It wasn't sent to me with the shipment that I got this one in, unfortunately, so I can't show you the magazine. And that's kind of a shame because there's lots of really cool facts about this ship. Hopefully I'll be able to share some of them here, but we're just going to look at a quick look at this ship, get some detailed shots of it, and see if it's worth picking up, which I think it is. This is probably one they should do in XL, just because it is so popular of a design among Star Trek fans. And that, of course, is the Akira. Now, as I said, it's just a regular Eaglemoss ship. It's not an XL. It should be an XL at some point. I think that'd be fantastic. This is a really cool design. Not very big, about the size of my hand, as you can see here. So let's just take a look at it, shall we? There she is. There's the top and the side and the bottom. Now, of course, this ship was created for Star Trek First Contact. The first time we saw it was engaging the Borg cube at the beginning of that movie. It was one of a group of them that were made for that show in CGI. This is one of the most detailed ones, and of course we saw it later in Deep Space Nine and even Voyager in Message in a Bottle. So really cool design, really caught on with fans, and yeah, was the inspiration for the NX-01. The producers wanted Doug Drexler to basically use this exact ship and turn it upside down, which you can see the similarities. However, there are a lot of differences as well. We've done a video with Doug Drexler talking about the differences between the NX-01 and the Akira, because the NX-01 is basically called the Akira Prize. But I would suggest you check out that video as well, because Doug is quite passionate about the fact that those were the instructions he was given, and he needed to make some changes to it. But anyway, let's take a look at the actual model. Up front, we got a really nice registry number. The hull plating is plain. It is just a light gray color. There is no paneling. There is no kind of detailing as far as Aztecing or anything goes. So that's a little bit of a shame there. Lots of escape pods, escape hatches all over the ship. There's some right behind the registry number there in front of the bridge. There's also a bunch scattered along the edge of the saucer, and they look really nice. They're painted white. The paint seems to line up pretty good on them. There are a lot of windows, some black, some white, so it gives the ship a sense of life, having some lights on, some lights off. And they're not indented, so they're not misaligned with anything, which is cool. The bridge module is a really neat design. I do like the back of the bridge module, those kind of fins extending back from there. The pontoons that hide the bridge are also really cool. There's some windows on the inside of those. Then you got United Federation of Planets pinstriping along the outer side of the pontoons, again with a lot more windows. The windows seem very small on the pontoons when compared to the other ones. So either there's some rooms with some really huge windows, or they don't know what scale this ship is, because windows always kind of give you a sense of scale. It looks like they're the same kind of long slit-like windows, so they should be similar in size to the ones on the saucer. So that's kind of an odd thing that I've noticed there. Nice red detailing as well. Just off of the pontoon on the saucer. Flipping it over, the bottom looks really cool. I do like the way that the pennant and the deltas kind of come around and form like a loop at the back there. That's kind of a neat touch. The pennants look a little, or the deltas look a little off when compared to the pennant, however, so there's also some huge windows down here. The deflector is not very detailed at all. It looks like there is some kind of clear blue plastic inserted in there, but it looked kind of odd the way it is, at least up close. At first glance, just from a regular distance, it looks fine. Again, lots of escape pods and such on the bottom, quite a few windows. Overall, it looks good. Moving back to the photon torpedo tube, or the pod at the back, not a lot of detail there at all. It's very bland, actually. There could have been much more detail added there, both on the top, which is very plain, and the bottom. The bottom's got a few greebly parts, and you can see there's like a seam line there as well, which is fine. Feels like the top of the saucer and the pontoons are metal. The bottom of the saucer is plastic, so are the nacelles. But the struts going down to the nacelles have a really cool detailing as well. It looks like almost like lightning bolts at the back of the strut on the top. Yeah, the top looks like lightning bolts. The bottom, because they're kind of inset, look more like cracks. So that's kind of an odd choice as well. I don't know how I really feel about that, but it looks neat, sure. The nacelles themselves look really good from the outside of the nacelle. Got the clear plastic inset for the blue part, as well as the Bizarre collector, which is not all the way through to the back side, so it's not like it's going to glow if you have it in front of a light, which is kind of a shame. But it's got the registry number there with a nice pinstripe on the nacelle, NCC. Looks like 63549. Yes. So that's really nice. Some good detailing there on the registry. The inside and the nacelles are super plain, like super plain. They don't look good at all. I think they could have done a lot more work in there specifically. Even having some kind of way for light to shine through to kind of glow these outer parts would be cool. But and that's it, guys. That's the Akira. Nice little ship. Like I said, used in Deep Space Nine and all that because they had the CG model. This was the most detailed CGI model that they did for that set of ships for the battle with the Borg Cube and First Contact. So it was used quite often. There was also the Steamrunner class, the Saber class, and the Norway class as well, that were made for that set. But this has been really popular, this design, and I can see why. It is a cool shape. Like I said, it inspired the NX-01. It inspired Sean Turando's Titan to some degree. So definitely a popular ship, and one that is quite influential in the world of Star Trek. So this is a nice little model. I would love to see Eaglemoss do a XL version of this. I think it would be very popular and would do very well. So Eaglemoss, if you're listening, and you should be, do an XL version, because I'm sure it'll sell. People will love it. They will love it. They will love it. But anyway, it's that time of the video where we go down and look at it on the stand and wrap things up. So let's head on over there. Alright, so here she is on the stand, and she's got one of the more uniquely designed stands as far as I'm concerned. If you look at the way those prongs are, it doesn't look like they'd hold on to anything. But it's because they lock into position at the back of the saucer here. So the top part's snug in there, and then of course the bottom part is the rounded belly. So that's why it's got that kind of shape. So it just locks in like that. It's kind of unstable. It's not very tight fitting, so I would be very careful. They do have quite an angle on it just for that reason. It angles up quite a bit, substantially more than some of the other ones. But let's just turn it around here, get some looks at it. Yeah, the glowing elements are kind of lost. They get really dark because there's no way for light to shine through, which is a shame, but anyway, there it is, guys. So on a lower shelf, it looks good, especially from the back where it's angled up. From the front, again, it looks actually kind of aggressive that way as well. So that kind of works, to be fair. Now if we go to an eye level shelf, I hate the way this angles up so much. It's just not great from the side. But from the front, it's got that aggressive look again. It's heading overhead and above you. And this way, it's also looks actually fantastic. Looks like it just passed by the camera and is heading off into regions unknown. So let's get it on an eye level shelf. And if you put it on a higher shelf, again, you got to be careful. It's very loose on this stand, so. It looks good from the front. The back looks kind of spindly, to be fair, but from the front looks good, like it's just whizzing over top of you after having fired at you or something. So that's kind of neat. See what I mean about the stand? Gotta be careful. It falls off quite easily. Luckily, it's a very robust model. There's nothing really fragile on this one. So, I mean, there is that. So, there you have it, guys. The Akira from Eaglemoss. This one's available from the Eaglemoss store. If you want to click the link in the description below, you can head on over there and pick yourself up one. Also, pick up some other goodies while you're there. And upon checkout, just use the discount code TrekYards to save yourself 15% off orders of $50 or more. And that'll help you out, it'll help us out, and it'll be really good for everyone involved. So please do that. And always, guys, please subscribe to the channels, this one and the Captain Foley personal channel. And don't forget to check out other videos and reviews and things by us. We're always trying to do new cool stuff, and we love doing stuff for you guys. So subscribe, notify, all that jazz, and we'll see you next time. Until then, I'm Captain Foley, signing off. Bye-bye.